Welcome to my channel. Listen and practice.
Once upon a time, I thought. In the past, I thought, Grandma liked to eat fish heads because every time you ate fish, you used to break off the head first. In the past, I thought, my grandmother liked to eat dried potatoes, because every time you steamed rice with dried potatoes, you often scooped up a bowl full of potatoes for yourself first and then scooped them up for your children and grandchildren. In the past, I thought that my grandmother liked to eat jackfruit fibers more than jackfruit segments because you divided all the segments with me and you only ate the fibers. Only you eat jackfruit fiber braised with fish. There are 9 people in the family. If there is a delicious piece of food, you only divide it by 8? During all these years of living with my grandmother, I never knew what time you woke up and what time you went to bed. I only knew that every morning I woke up and had a pot of hot sweet potatoes with some sesame salt. Clean house, clean yard. Hoe, rake, sickle, picker, a few loose shirts or whatever was needed for my parents' farm work that day. You placed it neatly in the middle of the yard along with a few jars of green tea. The central region of my hometown experiences droughts, floods and storms all year round. There are always women like you who fight droughts, storms, and cope with natural disasters. The gravel and soil are so barren that nearly 3 acres of our garden is there. The trees are still green, every tree is full of fruit. What a miracle! Surrounding the garden are 4 bamboo banks and bamboo trees close together. You used a hoe and spade to dig 4 wide and deep ditches like surrounding tunnels to prevent bamboo roots from encroaching on the garden. These 4 ditch banks are associated with many of our childhood memories: hide and seek, chasing, playing mother-son games, playing cards, or spreading leaves to sleep every summer afternoon. In the past, I also thought that you really liked climbing, because I saw you climb up on the roof to hang trees on tile roofs, tie trees, cover tiles, and tie strips of thatched hut roofs every time you heard the radio report about a storm. You also often climb the casuarina tree in front of the gate, cut branches, and after finishing this tree, she climbs another tree. Casuarina branches, bamboo branches, you cut them neatly, dries them, and bundles them into bundles to cook for the whole year. Each bush of rattan tangled on the bamboo stalk, you pulled down each tree one by one, peeled off all the thorny bark, split it into woven chairs, made baskets. The old bamboo tree you cut down, and dug up the root to make room for the bamboo shoots to grow. You split the bamboo stalks, and every night you sat and sieved them, grinding them, sharpening chopsticks, splitting them, and splitting toothpicks. In the past, I also thought that you liked to walk, because you woke up early in the morning, and walked more than 20 kilometers to sell tea. One time, you said, on a new moon day, you thought it was dawn. You panicked and ran because you were afraid you would be late for the market and wouldn't have time to take a few sweet potatoes with you. You ran alone in the middle of the night, without knowing if you were on the right path. You ran so hard you couldn't see the sun, and you didn't know where you was going. You lay on the side of the road sleeping. Hearing the rooster crow, you woke up, breathed a sigh of relief and felt secure that you would not miss the trading day. In the past, I didn't think that, if one day my grandmother would no longer exist, I have never once punched your back or massaged you, never once held a bowl of green tea with both hands to offer you nicely, never once reached out with chopsticks to pick up a fish head and leave the lean part for you. Every time I eat steamed rice and potatoes, I grumble. If only once, just once, I could eat jackfruit in a pot of braised fish with my grandmother, once go to the garden with her to arrange firewood branches, fan you in the midday sun, or wake up early to sit by the fire with you. Before, I thought about you many times, but I never cried. It was only when I became a wife and mother, that I understood everything. Without you, who will take care of our every meal and sleep? Who will take care of us, when our parents are sick and away from home? Who told you to teach your children and grandchildren little by little, little by little? When the harvest time comes, you balance how much rice you can get, divides it equally among 12 months, and if you lack much, you fill it with cassava and potatoes, so that your children and grandchildren will not be hungry any month. Whether or not we have new clothes, at the beginning of the school year, whether or not we have shrimp or fish in our family meals depends on the money we earn from your selling tea, selling vegetables, and selling fruits. Without you, would we be where we are today? I wanted to say something to you before she left, but that day I couldn't go home to see you off because of giving birth. I hugged my child and cried, feeling sorry for you and regretting, but even if my tears fell, it would be too late. In the past, I didn't think that if one day there was no longer you, now that you are no more, I longed to lie on the golden cot that you woven, to feel the softness, the coolness of my homeland and the warmth of your hands. If only you could live again, so that I could express all my feelings, take care of you, and make up for you, with the love and morality of a grandchild. Grandma.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe to the channel to learn more useful knowledge.